Amplified unit. Salute. Channel members, mount up. Good to talk to you guys again, brah. Let me crack this coffee. We got a lot to talk about. Monday Night Raw. Monday, August 21st, 2023. Pile driver. Dead man. Eric Leno, TK. DC Lanyard, JR9 Gaming, Eric. Lawrence, Tony. Let me get a crack at this, guys. Hold up. Salute unit. It's been a minute. A lot of travel, a lot of business conducted. And we got a lot more coming up. It's birthday week for the Amplified, man. Thank you guys for the happy birthdays, bro. Not needed. Appreciated. Every single happy birthday, man. I appreciate that, man. Salute to my unit. Guys, I sound pretty damn good in terms of playback. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take off your playback, and I'm going to put in my playback, if you don't mind. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. You guys rock, man. 8-month membership, Eric Leno, by the way, man. Salute, man. 8 months. I believe we've only had memberships for 8 months. So that means Eric Leno has been along for the ride from day one, basically. DeMonte Ty Drew, 8-month membership, still getting amped to the fullest 8 months later, says DeMonte Ty Drew. Salute, bro. Appreciate ya. JR9 Gaming, the very first ever channel member, by the way, 8 months. Happy birthday in advance, BC. The ladies got just 4 minutes last night. That's even less than the Divas, and it's unacceptable. It was also Tozowa's first win since 2017. 4 minutes for the ladies last night, and Tozowa's first win in 6 years? Not including 24/7 shit, I'm guessing. JR9 Gaming, I appreciate it, brother. That is, I'll use your word, and it's a word I use all the time with this company. Unacceptable. Carlos Ray, 8 months. One of the very first channel members as well, I believe. I know, along with the unit for a very long time. Carlos Ray, happy birthday, brother. Salute. Carlos! Salute, man. Glad you're up in here on an early, what is it, fucking 11 a.m. Tuesday? Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday morning, wherever you guys are. Man, salute, Carlos Ray, man. I love seeing my channel members up in here big time. DC Lanyard celebrating 6 months. I'm at work and listening through my headphones. Thank God I don't have to be bored at this place today. Also, happy birthday, BC. Gold team, go! Crush it, DC Lanyard. You know how we do, man. Pop in those earbuds, keep those headphones on, man. Maybe BC will help you get through this shitty work day. But crush it, man. Be the best employee that place has. I appreciate the 6 months strong. Alicia Vukovic, 8 months strong. A big happy birthday wish to you, BC. Alicia, 8 months. That's the whole time we've had channel membership, man. I appreciate you, Alicia. Maximus Sage, 3 months. BC is back. Go, Pack, go. We'll see what Jordan Love has. Maximus Sage, we'll see, man. So far, what are we, 2-0 in the preseason? Appreciate you, Maximus Sage. Also, Anthony Boley, 8-month membership. Hey, BC, stopping by to show some much love and respect. Currently working. Happy birthday, BC. Crush it out, Anthony Boley. As I told DC Lanyard, be the best employee that place has, bro. Rock it out. I appreciate the happy birthday in 8 months strong. Being a gold member. Anthony Boley. Kevin Johnston, Sabres News Consolidated, 7-month membership. What up, BC? Happy birthday. I appreciate that. Kevin Johnston, Sabres News Consolidated, brah. Appreciate you big time. 7 months strong. Jack Brewer, 8 months. Been an Amplified member since day one. Stay Amplified. I believe you were like 2 or 3, Jack Brewer. You were literally like the 2nd or 3rd channel member, bro. Jack Brewer going strong. Appreciate you. As I said, Eric Newton. No. Eric Newton, welcome to the Unit Gold. Eric Newton, salute. Eric Newton already knows what the gold team's all about. He's no stranger to this shit. I'm hoping I got most everybody, guys. The channel members are rocking before we even start this review. Three-Eyed Bro with a 20 spot on the super chat, man. Bro, happy birthday, BC. I appreciate you. Three-Eyed Bro, man. I know I do super chats a little bit later, but that just came across the screen. I got to give big props out to Three-Eyed Bro. That's a bunch of coffees being chucked at the channel. I assure you, I got my own birthday coffee. But the fact that you just threw a bunch at me, man, I appreciate you big time, man. Batty Banks, same thing, dude. Happy birthday, BC. Red team, go! And Batty Banks is a gold member, too. So she's showing that love to all my amplified unit. She's not just sporting that gold card and being all fancy schmancy with it, you know. She's saying, red team, amp unit, mount up. Happy birthday, BC. Batty Banks has been with the channel for so long. Always good to see Batty Banks up in here as well. And I appreciate those coffees, Batty Banks. It's not needed, honestly, man. The happy birthday in itself is huge. I appreciate that big time. Member for 8 months is Dante Jaron 23. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this show. Dante Jaron, I got almost 3 pages. I mean, each page isn't even totally full because that's the type of show that it was. But I have vivid thoughts on today's Monday night or last night's Monday Night Raw. You're gonna enjoy this. Whether you like the show or you didn't, whether you like what I'm about to say or not, a lot of truth is going to be told. And you guys are really going to think about shit differently as to why so many fans were not on board with last night's show. So Dante Jaron 23, it's going to be a good one, bro. I promise you, man. Today's live stream of the Raw review is going to be big. So hang in there, man. I just want to say what's up to all my. I want to make sure my gold unit is all accounted for, man. A lot of love being shown over to the channel via the memberships. So I want to make sure they're taken care of first. And a lot of happy birthday super chats that I want to make sure you guys know I caught it. I'm checking it out right now. Much love and respect right back to you guys. And just up in the chat, man, a lot of the happy birthdays, man. I'm seeing that shit like Deontay. Tyler, appreciate you guys, man. Renee G. TKG. Temby Davis. Lloyd, I appreciate you, brother. Tony Partita, appreciate it, man. Man, look at Carlos Ray. Always good to see Carlos's name up in there as well, man. Triple J, let's do this, bro. Pile driver finisher gold status. I appreciate it, brother. Ray Hunt. All right, so we'll be doing a roll call for the first 10 minutes of this stream, basically, which is what we're doing. But fuck it. It's my fucking channel. It's my stream. I can do what I want. It's birthday week. Birthday's in a few days, but this might be the only time I get to actually shoot the shit with you guys like this. There's a lot of travel that I still have to do, and a couple of days that I would like to deuces ooses for my birthday. So this might be the only time I get to be in front of the camera and shoot the shit with you guys. I'm thankful you guys have been enjoying all of the amped up audio formatted podcast. I know it's not in front of the cam or whatnot. You can't see the reaction, but it helps BC do a lot of these podcasts that otherwise would not have been recorded. It wouldn't have been made. So it's either audio format or you just don't get a podcast. And I don't want to do that, man. I want to make sure you guys have a lot of content during the week. All right, so we're going to get this rocking, man. This was my cold open. This is what I'm going to say about my cold open for this live stream, for this Raw review, the 21st of August. Last night's Monday Night Raw. And for anybody that's going to tune in later, man, after we are live, I know for a fact, I just did a test, the Tube did not promote this live stream. I now have confirmation. I just did a little bit of a test. They did not send this out to the masses. So they definitely want the Amplified channel to just kind of fall to the wayside. They did not promote this live stream. So It's not the fact that maybe you didn't get notified. Most people, I can tell you right now, did not get notified of this live stream. So there you go. It's something that I knew was happening for a while now, but now I have confirmation. So the majority of you guys, thousands of you guys, are going to get this after we are even live. Sadly, that is no fault of ours. That's the tube. Some people got it and most did not. I just did a test. I've been setting that motherfucker up for about a week. And sure enough, man, it did not go live to the masses. So, that's just what it is. Thankfully, you guys know where to tune in after a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown or when any news breaks. You guys know. Come right to the channel. All right, that's all of the side business. Now, with the cold open, this was a house show. This was a bona fide house show. The definition of a house show. Everything that was done last night, nothing of importance happened. Sadly, nothing of importance happened. Thank you for the 100 plus on the ups, by the way, man. Let's take that to 200 and beyond. Nothing at all happened, and everything was just in that country's origin, right? Fucking Canada, so I believe it was all oui French, which is great for them. I didn't know what anybody was saying throughout the night. I had no subtitles, I had no captions, I had nothing. Nothing. They were talking as if we were not live across the fucking world. Or at least the USA Network here in the States. We're all watching too, you know, for 3 hours out of our primetime television. This was a house show. The faces are all celebrating at the end of the night. Nothing really happened on the show. Everything is just interacting with that crowd. We don't even know what anybody's saying. And it wasn't just a word or two. It was like paragraphs. They're having conversations. This was a house show. And there was an old show back in the day. Some of you guys might be a little bit... Some of you might be a little younger for this. But there was a show called Seinfeld back in the day. Very popular. Very popular. And it was a show. This is how the creator, Larry David, he's also on a show called Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David said how I would describe our concept, how we originated, and how we went about this show. We defined it as a show about nothing. So if you watch a Seinfeld show, it was a show about nothing. The difference is it worked. It worked, right? They just showed up. They'd be at a cafe. They talk about the stupidest thing. Why does a baseball have these type of grooves? Why is a baseball round? Why do they get dirty after they're pitched? Little stupid conversations that would actually take a turn into thinking, well, wait, I've had that conversation before. I've had that thought before, but it was a show about nothing. Well, here we are in 2023, and there's a new show about nothing. The stark difference is that this show about nothing just doesn't work. Monday Night Raw is a show about nothing. Nothing last night is intriguing. I know I'm a broken record. I've said it for 6 years that I've been making content. 5 or 6 years, whatever it is. But nothing. Piper Niven just takes a tag title, and all of a sudden her and Chelsea defeat Chance and Carter in 75 seconds? What does that do for next week? What does it do for Chance and Carter? What does it do for Niven and Chelsea? Candice LeRae loses in 2 minutes to Rhea Ripley. Okay. Why not put Handjob Holly in there? Why does Candice LeRae have to take that L? The Judgment Day, once again, in a main event with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and either Cody Rhodes or Sethington Rollins or Matthew Riddle, Flip Flops Flanagan. It's the same six-man tags or tag team every Monday night. There's Sami, there's Kevin Owens, there's the Judgment Day. Every once in a while, they'll flip it over and they'll put in some Imperium members to take on KO and Sami in the main event. Rinse and repeat is all Monday Night Raw is. It's all it has been. So you're at a position now where nothing last night, there's a little little tidbit here and there where we say was good, right? Somebody just said in the chat, for instance, where is it? Jasmine, exactly right, Jasmine. Shinsuke's promo, hey, good. No question, Jasmine. In fact, I'll go above and beyond. I'll say Sethington's promo, his interview, Sethington's promo was good. Sethington and Shinsuke, very good on the microphone or in their promos, no question. There was one other good too. What was it? Gunther and Gable had a good match. I guess that's a positive. Yeah, whack some fucking weeds and mow the lawn when I'm fucking live. That's exactly what I fucking asked for. You dumb fuck. All fucking morning, yet all afternoon. Wait till I go live and let's mow the fucking weeds in the lawn. Oh, louder. Oh, yeah, you like that? I'll throw this fucking baseball at your dome piece, you dumb fuck. Hey, baseline! Fuck out of here. You dumb fuck. What a moron. Anyway, I know. He's doing his job, BC. I get it. BC's trying to talk here. So what was the other positive? What's the other positive, guys? Shinsuke and Sethington had good promos. That's good. Gunther and Gable, the outcome was stupid, but okay, I know what they're trying to get to. But the match was decent to good. Okay. Give me another positive, guys. Wasn't there one other thing, I believe, maybe on this 3-hour show? Give me another positive from last night's show. Somebody give me a fucking positive. Just so, oh my God, Beasley's so negative in the community, man. Fuck Beasley. Fucking Beasley. I can't stand Beasley. Shut up. Fucking idiots. Nobody gives a shit. Anyway, give me a positive. Vince wasn't there. I like that pile driver. No, this was a definite Paul Levesque McMahon show through and through. You saw the little backstage vignette with Tommaso Ciampa. They did the package with Shayna Baszler, busting skulls. Piper Niven had a video package. This was Paul Levesque McMahon through and through, and it was the same old, if not even worse, shit show than before. LA Knight, but look what he was involved in, guys. Yeah, turned into no. We'll talk about it. Yeah, there really was nothing else, guys. That's what I mean. I thought there was one other positive. We'll go over the review. We'll see if there was one extra positive. Everything else was just fucking miserably bad. It was absolutely miserably bad last night. It was a house show personified. A show about nothing. You guys know why Stone Cold Steve Austin is consistently top 3 in the merchandise, or at least top 5, if like a movement sweeps in. But Stone Cold's always there. There's a few reasons, right? Number one, there hasn't been a big enough star since Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not even Jonathan Cena is in the top 5 after he turned part-time. That's not by coincidence. That's obviously done through years of saying, hey, Stone Cold was the motherfucker, and there's never been a star to that level since. That's one reason. The other reason is he captivated you week after week, show after show. Raw, we still talk about the Attitude Era. Do you know why? Because the Attitude Era captivated us. Segment after segment, even the dumbest of shit you were talking about the next day at the water cooler or with your friends at school. It was just that type of show. Stone Cold himself was dumping concrete into Vince McMahon's Corvette, or bringing a beer truck and giving the Authority a beer bath. Monster trucks over The Rock and Vince's limousine. Crazy shit. Feuds like Canadian Heart Foundation, when Bret was so heel and all pro Canada to the fullest against DX and the Americans. You guys remember how awesome that feud was. Or Kane and The Undertaker, Stone Cold and the Authority, Stone Cold and The Rock, Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon captivated. And their match at the pay-per-view, forget about it. Absolutely phenomenal. They refused to accept no for an answer when going through that glass panel. I'm just off the top of my dome piece, man. So many things happened on these shows. It was the opposite of a show about nothing. It was a show about everything. This all happened on those Monday Night Raws. When they were in Canada back in the day, oh, the atmosphere. You couldn't hear yourself think. You know how the show started last night? No pyro, no nothing. The crowd didn't even know they were live. Go back and watch. I know, I'm the evil guy in the I'm so bad, I'm negative. Go back and listen. We start the show, no pyro, crowd doesn't know they're live. Michael Cole says, welcome to Quebec City for Monday Night Raw. Calmly, as if he's just sipping a fucking coffee and he just had a fucking deed done by Handjob Holly. He's just relaxed. Welcome to Quebec City. This is, what is this? Is this SmackDown now that I'm working two shows? Oh, no, this is Raw. Welcome to Raw, everybody. And then all of a sudden, that stupid song plays, that energy, and it motivates nobody. It gets people energetic to a negative 37 decibel. You cannot get hyped up with that theme music from Monday Night Raw. So they play that, and then everybody realizes they're live. Look at the girl behind. Look at the woman behind Michael Cole when they go live. She's sipping her Pepsi, and she laughs. She laughs because she didn't know she was live. She's like, oh, we're live? Is this the start of Raw? And then all of a sudden, we're off to the races. That tells you everything you need to know. Back in the day, oh, the theme music. The fucking camera zooming in and out. Signs fucking hitting people in the head. Everybody had a sign. The crowd is fucking electric. Bret Hart's theme music hits. He's in Canada. All of a sudden, oh, Shawn, he's just a sexy boy. Shawn Michaels comes out, and you're fucking electrified. And we're not even talking about Stone Cold, The Rock, The Authority, Undertaker, Kane, nobody yet. That's later in the show. This is just Heart Foundation Canada, DX, the Americans. Man, you were hyped goosebumps. It was the start of the show. You know I'm right, man. I know some of you guys might be younger and you don't know. You didn't see it live. You don't know. You don't recall. So you're just like, can't be that much different, basically. It's a different time, basically. It's a different era, basically. Yes, it is a different era, and that's what we're trying to say. It should be better. So people want me to just review the show and talk about just everything, just put a positive twist on it, right? Piper Niven and Chelsea defeating Chance and Carter in 75 seconds. It's what the company chose. Let's just talk about it in a good way, and let's talk about possibilities of what it leads to. Let's talk about Rhea Ripley beating Candice LeRae in 2 minutes. Let's talk about how good it was and what it leads to. Let's talk about the same main event we've been getting for 4 months now. Yeah, and what it leads to. No, let's talk about what would make the shows better. Because these shows should be better. When they were in Canada in the past, man, you were electrified from the start of the show to the end of the show. When they were in the States for a Monday Night Raw, wherever they were from the beginning to the end, you were pumped for Monday Night Raw. And now look at what is happening. There's a show about nothing. Michael Cole says, welcome to Raw, in the most fucking just the mid-toned voice you could possibly imagine. The crowd realizes they're live, so they start to chant a little bit. And then Sethington Zayn comes to the ring. The one guy they have with KO, obviously, that you can pump up that crowd because it's Canada, right? So Sethington Zayn does start the show. Sethington is amplified. He needed that reaction, obviously. He's been voicing his displeasure with the Montreal Elimination Chamber decision lately, and I'm so proud of him, by the way. He's been pissing off Paul Levesque McMahon. He said Paul Levesque McMahon had to call him and say, dude, what are you doing, man? At that press conference, you brought the mood down. And Sami Zayn was like, man, I just lost the biggest match of my career, and I was just playing it up. I mean, it really did hurt, and I was playing it up storyline-wise. And Paul Levesque is like, no, man, you got to make it sound like it was epic. So Paul Levesque McMahon got upset with Sami Zayn. So all of this has been weighing on Sami Zayn as of late. Not seeing eye to eye with Paul Levesque McMahon, losing his momentum. You know, they give him the titles at WrestleMania, but 2 titles in a non-existent division. What does that really mean? Right? Like, what does Mark Cuban say on Shark Tank? I think he says 40% of a watermelon is better than 100% of a lemon. In other words, a little bit more of something that is actually mattering Something that matters, even if it's a smaller percentage, is better than 100% of something that doesn't matter. So if you have tag team titles, but the division is non-existent, do you really have titles of anything? You have titles, okay. Sasha Banks and Naomi had titles. Look how they were booked. They had to walk out of the company. Of course, they were vilified, but when somebody like, who's the guy that walked out and he got praised recently? Eric Young. He walked out. He didn't want to work with Vinnie Mac, and he got praised. I don't blame you, man. Sasha and Naomi vilified. Eric Young walks out. Yeah, stand up for yourself, man. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, so you have this weird fucking shit where Singleton, Zayn, and Paul Levesque are kind of at odds. The momentum since WrestleMania winning the championships in a non-existent division, ever since they've just been in these main events of Raw that lead to nothing, and so it's rinse and repeat. You just see the same tag team match every single Monday Night Raw. You just take out a piece, right? You take out a Sethington, you put in a Cody. You take out a Cody, you put in a Matthew Riddle. That's all you really do, guys. That's all you literally do. So let's start from the jump. Singleton Zayn is out there. He doesn't say anything, or at least not in English. Again, this is like all French. Quebec, and I don't know what he's saying. It's not even just a word or two. I mean, he's saying like sentences, and I don't know what he's saying. And I thought like maybe Michael Cole would be like, oh, what he said was blah, blah, blah. Or give me a fucking subtitle at the bottom of the screen. Right? What are you saying, bro? If it's a house show, that's one thing. This is live. To us Americans, anyway. We would like to be in on the conversation, but this was a running theme throughout the night. They just treated this like a house show. So he's saying something in French Canadian, and all of a sudden the Judgment Day hit the ring. They surround Zayn. Zayn says, hold on. Do you really think I can... Just mow. Mow. Go ahead. Mow it. Mow the fucking lawn. Mow it. How many times do you go back and forth? Mow it. Mow it. A little more than 7 hours later. If it's a 7-hour podcast, blame Lawn Mowing Larry and Weed Whacking Willie, the worst tag team at the local bingo hall. I literally show up to the bingo hall on Saturday nights just to hit him in the head with my baseballs. Fucking hey, Weed Whacking Willie, heads up, boom. Dumb fuck. I tell you, man. Oh, now you want to fade off into the fucking distance. Oh, you're going to fucking fail. Anyway, so Judgment Day surrounds the ring. Hey, when we're live, man, we're live. There's no edits. There's no BS. It's BC on a lot of coffee, whooping a lot of ass with my amplified unit. So the Judgment Day surrounds the ring. Okay, Singleton Zayn is in there. And Singleton is like, oh no, do you really, this is a quote, do you really think of all places I would show up here alone? Kevin Owens' theme hits. Here comes Kevin Owens, already back from his injury. That's a good sign, obviously. You don't want Kevin Owens to be out for 6 fucking months, because then we start talking about vacating the tag team championships, and we know that's not something we want. Same thing with the ladies. We just also don't want somebody to just come in, take a title, and say that I'm a champion now, what like Piper Niven did. No, that can't happen either. So Kevin Owens comes to the ring, takes out Judgment Day. I mean, single-handedly. Maybe Sammy fucking threw a boot or something, but Kevin Owens clears the ring. And you have that image that we see every week with the Judgment Day, and this is why fans can't really get behind them 100%, because it's the image of the Judgment Day retreating. Dominic with his hand behind his head. Damian Priest is upset. Balor's mean grilling them, and Rhea Ripley's like, what do we have to do to get control? It's that retreat mode Judgment Day image. It's every week. Every week, even if they win a match, there's a segment on Raw at least where they're retreating from the faces. And that was the image we had last night, right? Judgment Day comes to the ring, and 2 minutes later, they're retreating, holding their head damaged. How does that make them look, man? They're supposed to be booked as winners, and by the end of the night, they even lost a match. And then the next week, we're supposed to look at them as big-time winners again, big-time players. You're not booking them like that. I understand heels retreat, but damn, every week it's rinse and repeat with this shit. So here's where it gets better or worse, depending on how you're looking at it. Okay, so Kevin Owens clears the ring. Now, at this point, Kevin Owens clears a match is made for later in the night. Hamilton and KO versus any two members of the Judgment Day. This is what was discussed, right? How about any of you two take on us two? One of those things. So, in other words, it's the same fucking match we've been getting for months. Fucking A. How many times do you mow the same shards of grass? It's mowed. It's fucking mowed. What the fuck? And he's kicking a fucking dirt at this point, I'm sure. Obviously getting paid by the fucking hour. Clearly. Hey, Willie, what made it take you 7 hours to do that whole fucking building's grass? It's fucking New York. There's barely any grass. You think he's fucking mowing Central Park? Fucking mowing soil is correct. Fucking Paul Levesque workers, man. Yeah, you gotta mow it for 7 hours. All of New York. New York needs to be mowed. Well, there's not a lot of grass in New York. Grow it. If you grow it, they'll mow it. That's what she said. Anyway, where was I? I can't believe we're fucking doing this for an hour. It's fucking mowed. Oh my God, here goes again. 7 fucking times. Did you not get it the first fucking time? Where's my fucking shepherd and my chow? I'm about to sick my boys on them right now. My boy and my gal. Where are you guys at? What the fuck? Are they eating? My dogs are eating. They should be out there chasing the fuck. Oh, they're gonna be eating in a fucking minute. Anyway, well, I'm gonna have to scream over them. That's what I do anyway. I'm the amplified man, right? So let's fucking scream over them. Eventually, they're gonna have to move on to another sector of fucking... They're gonna have to go to the Bronx. They're gonna have to go to Queens. They're gonna have to go to somewhere else in New York and mow the fucking soil. So, we are set up now. If you're just joining the live stream or you're catching this later, we're only in the first segment because fucking we have 18 hours of lawn mowing and we have a lot of other things that we had to discuss. So, now what we have is a matchup for later in the night, the main event. And this is going to be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus 2 members of the Judgment Day. When I say... And I want you guys to listen to this, man. When I say that this is a match we get nearly every fucking week to end Monday Night Raw, this is what I mean. This is precisely what the fuck I mean. Because now you sit on your fucking lawnmower and let it rev? Get the fuck out of here! I'm gonna fucking rip the dome piece off! Oh my fucking God, I can't even, I'm not even lying. There's no fucking grass out there. It's fucking New York. Oh my fucking, I can't even talk about the fucking show. I can't. There's no fucking review. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it because I can't hear myself think about it. I'm gonna drink coffee. Numbnuts has to go on. He has to have a boss and he's gotta go to another fucking part of New York. Eventually. Pimp Jesus, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that happy birthday message, man. That's cool, man. Gets me a little less fucking agitated. Pimp Jesus, gold status, by the way. Appreciate you, brother. I'll go over super chats later at the end of this stream, man. I appreciate all the birthday love, guys, for sure. Yeah, come on, 9. This is 9 times. Yeah, come on, brother. I'll stay here for 10 fucking hours. Actually, no, I can't. I got a fucking flight to catch in 3 hours. So I cannot stay here fucking so I think that's 10 times. I think there was another fucking 10. Right when I went live. You can't make that shit up. You can't make that shit up. 11! Yeah, we're going for a record. 11 times. Yeah, the same patch of dirt. It's 12 times. It's dirt. It's fucking New York. You don't have that much grass, brah. Go to Central Park. I missed one, guys. Probably Paul Levesque McMahon on that shit. How do I shut it off? I'm going in circles. Where's my tribal chairman? My father-in-law. You're such a doofus. You're a doofus son-in-law. Turn the key, you doofus. I can't. I'm going in circles. I'm dizzy, my tribal chairman. Stephanie, help your stupid husband. Oh, I tell you. All right, I got a flight to catch, man. I'm going somewhere that has no fucking lawn or soil or fucking. I'm fucking beaches, oceans, sipping fucking martinis and margaritas and whatever the fuck I want to sip. 14! This is a fucking... Yo, Stegmeister! You joined at a wild time, brother. The stream has already gone off the fucking rails. We've lost all fucking control. Stegmeister, 8-month membership. One of the very first ever members, man. It's been a minute until now. Let's get amplified. Red team, gold team. Go! What up, BC? Stegmeister, so good to see you up in here, man. We're just having a lot of fun, man. Hopefully entertaining when we get some fucking sound back. Because right now it's just nonstop fucking weed whacking and lawn mowing and fucking... I don't even fucking know, man. I don't even know. I'm just fucking pounding coffees at this point and just fucking shooting the shit with you guys. So that's why I was able to see... Hey! Did it shut off? Oh, fuck! It shut off! Paul Levesque McMahon found out how to turn it off! Thank you, Stephanie! See, it always takes a woman, right? The woman is always the brains behind the operation. The woman came, probably, had to fucking do it for Levesque McMahon. Or his fucking ball. Right, Vinnie Mac had to yell at him. You did the same fucking patch of soil for 10 hours. All right, so where was I? Okay, we're making up the main event, right? Owens and Singleton are in the ring. Singleton, Zayn, Kevin Owens. They say, all right, any two of you versus us two. Now, when I say that this is the same main event every week, basically, this is how much I'm not bullshitting. Listen to this, because I've done my research for you. Because usually when something feels like it's all the fucking time, it usually is. Listen to this shit. So you had You had, what is it? Let's just go from WrestleMania, right? So April 17th. This is just 4 months ago, guys. 4 months. This was Monday Night Raw, April 17th. Owens and Zayn and Riddle versus Balor, Priest, and Mysterio, all of Judgment Day. That was April 17th. A few weeks later, May 15th, Owens and Zayn versus Priest and Balor. Does that sound familiar? That was the two that ended up in there last night. So we already got that May 15th. Owens and Zayn, Priest and Balor. A few weeks later, June 17th, they had a massive super show. And this was Owens and Zayn versus Dominic and Balor. And then 2 days later, on Monday Night Raw Live, Owens and Zayn and Cody versus Balor, Dominic, and Priest, all of Judgment Day. Then, what was it? A few weeks later, July 10th, Owens, Zayn, and Rollins versus Balor, Priest, and Dominic, all of Judgment Day. 1 week later, July 17th, Owens and Zayn versus Priest and Dominic. 1 week later, July 24th, Monday Night Raw, Dominic versus Hamilton. That was one-on-one with everybody getting involved afterwards. Raw, 1 week later, July 31st, Hamilton and Sethington versus Priest and Dominic, because KO was on the shelf last week. Or on that one, a few weeks ago, July 31st. He was on the shelf. So they inserted Sethington. Last night, Balor and Priest versus KO and Hamilton. And that turned into a match we've already seen in the past as well. Cody would get involved. It would turn into a six-man. We'll get to that when we go over hour number 3. Guys, do you see? 12 fucking times since WrestleMania. There's only been 4 months since WrestleMania. April was WrestleMania. May, June, July, we're in August. 4 months. 12 fucking times they faced each other on TV. That's 3 out of the 4 months. And there's people that are shocked that some fans are done with this shit. What are you shocked about? How are you shocked that we're not finding positivity and watching the same fucking matches every Monday night? You wait 3 hours to watch the same fucking match. The tag team match after 3 minutes last night turned into a 6-man tag. Another match that we've already saw, and they tried to sell you like it was a WrestleMania main event. Are you serious? Are we gonna get this 6-man tag? Are we really gonna do it? Wait, I think we're gonna get it. Well, you're gonna fucking get it. What do you get? You saw this. You saw this. This is what we're doing every fucking week through the holidays. Where's the end in sight? When I say a show about nothing like Seinfeld, where is the end for any of them? There is none. What do you think is going to change miraculously next week in the main event? All they have is Cody entangled with the fucking Judgment Day, which I told you was going to happen. And KO and Sammy cannot get away from the Judgment Day. So what the fuck is going to change? And there's people that wonder how some people didn't find it to be a good show. Well, let's keep going, because we're going to go over the finish of this night. We're going to go over the main event. We're going to talk about this even more. But I wanted you guys to see the facts. Because a lot of people run their fucking gums. They yap a lot, right? Platforms like this, they yap, but they don't have any fucking facts. They don't know what they're talking about. When I say this is a real review channel, I have facts. It doesn't matter if you like something or not. That's your prerogative. But the facts tell us we see the same match every week. That's a problem. We'll go over the main event in just a little bit. First and foremost, the New Day defeats Flip Flops Flanagan and Drew McSnoozentyre. Kofi Kingston, salute. Kofi Kingston hits Trouble in Paradise on Matthew P.H. Riddle, Scooter McGee, Flip Flops Flanagan for the pin. So Flip Flops is looking up at the lights. Post-match, the Viking Raiders did stupid things. That's literally in my notes. That's in my notes. At some point last night, I put down Viking Raiders post-match did stupid things. What up, Kings? At some point, I put Viking Raiders did stupid things. Because that's what they did. They may have cost Riddle like a distraction, and that's how he lost. Post-match, they tried to like jump Riddle and Drew or somebody or the New Day, and then Riddle and Drew like helped out the New Day, get rid of them. So just like the Judgment Day, they acted all big and bold when they went down there, and then they were retreating like, oh no, we just got our asses whooped. Viking Raiders did stupid shit. That's in the notes, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Viking Raiders are stupid shit. They made the Viking Raiders absolute idiots, clowns to the highest, most amplified of measurements. It is sad that they were once War Machine. They were once War Machine. So, we go to the end of hour number one. Chad Gable defeats the IC champion Gunther, and this was a title match. However, the victory was via countout. Thus, Gunther retains his championship. Now, I'm not going to pick this too much apart. It was a good match. Gunther and Chad Gable, two dudes I greatly respect. Two dudes that I'm okay with seeing in the ring. I just wish it was a better build. And when they get in the ring to have a match like that, it's at a pay-per-view, and Gable maybe gets the title. Maybe he is the guy. Some people are anointing LA Knight. You guys know how high I am on LA Knight. But it could be Chad Gable if you did it properly. But they're not. They're putting him already in the ring. A win via countout. Next week, they'll probably have him win in a fucking DQ or at PayBack. I don't know if they give it to Chad Gable, to be honest. He's picking up these little W's, and it's probably going to be Gunther in the long run. I'm not saying Gunther or Chad Gable has to get the IC title, but there was many ways you could have went about this to do it right and give him the title and really finally catapult his push. But I'm not going to pick this apart too much. It was one of the only bright spots of the night. It was a good wrestling match. Chad Gable didn't lose. Gunther keeps his title. Everything that needed to happen. So, JR9, that, you know how high I am on Dragunov, bro. I would be elated. But the problem with that is a lot of the wrestling audience, WWE's anyway, they don't know Dragunov. So, Gunther has had such a long title reign. All of a sudden, this guy, Dragunov, comes up, who's going to have to sell you double time, because you guys, if you guys don't know Dragunov, he's not the biggest guy. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Character, fucking mannerisms, on the stick, everything. This guy's amazing. Better Superman punch than Roman Reigns by a landslide. But if you're just seeing Dragunov, you're just seeing it, you're like, all right, what is he going to, is he going to try to take on Tozowa? So you're going to have to sell him for a while longer, and then you're going to have to build a proper story that's going to take a while. So JR9, I would love to see it. You would. Many people would. But that would be hard to have people believe that somebody they don't really know that well is going to take the title from Gunther. But in the future, they have to feud on that main roster for sure. But in this match, I'm not going to pick it apart, man. I just wish we could have dragged this out to build the story between the two. Because Gable and Gunther, man, that could be a fun story. But we're already in the process of having them wrestle every week. That's what's going to happen. And that's what this company does. They get lazy. They don't want to tell a proper story. The bloodline, that took all of their creative juices. So now to sell a story, they just put them in the ring every week together. Every week. Some moving parts, right? Gable will take on Ludwig maybe next week, and then fucking Giovanni the next week, and then he'll be back in there with Gunther a couple of times by the end of September. They just have them wrestle non-stop. That's their new way to sell their story, because they're too lazy to actually get creative. That's the only negative from that. That ended hour number one. Gable picks up the W via countout, but the countout does not have that title change hands, so Gunther walks out with the championship. Hour number two starts with Cody Rhodes, top of the entrance ramp. He has his fancy suit on. He's smiling. He says, we're going to watch Judgment Day rise and fall tonight. And that's it. That's the promo, guys. That was the end of the promo. It was less than 2 minutes. He said a lot of nothing. And it's exactly what I told you guys about Cody Rhodes past SummerSlam. I told you guys. I tried to tell you guys, man, what I was hearing was very reputable, and I heard it more than once. They have no plans for Cody after SummerSlam. His plans with Brock weren't even plans. It was supposed to be because Cody had the title. That's why Brock attacked him. They decided to keep the title on Roman, and he still went on a 2-month vacation. And Cody starts this thing with Brock that never culminated with an explanation. So his thing with Brock was never even a plan. Or nothing well thought out through. And here we are. Cody is doing this thing with Judge. I don't even know if they're in a feud. Cody is just like inserting himself into it. Judgment Day once in a while will be around Cody, but just because he's around Sami and Kevin Owens, it's not even a feud. But that's what they're doing. I told you guys, because they don't have plans, they're going to do the laziest thing imaginable. They're going to take the only heels that they have on Raw, and they're going to have Cody just have matches with the Judgment Day. The problem with that is he's already beaten all of Judgment Day. The last several months, he's already beaten Dominic, for instance, at Money in the Bank. Damian Priest a week before or after, whichever it was, he already beat Priest. He beat Finn Balor a couple of times. Never mind the 6-man tags and the tag team matches, guys. I'm talking about one-on-one. Cody's already beaten them. So this is WWE with their backs in a corner and going, well, I hope everybody forgets those matches. Let's run it all back through the holidays. And that's what you're getting, guys. That's what you're getting. And you say, well, BC, what could they really do? There is no other heels, like you said. They can't do Gunther and Cody right now. Well, then think ahead. Why just feed Judgment Day to Cody Rhodes all around WrestleMania and after? And throw Money in the Bank? Why just feed them to Cody if you were thinking about doing a feud, or you might need to depend on that feud going forward? Maybe don't have them in those matches. It's common sense and logic, man. We're not asking you to move mountains. We got a banger bomb up in the chat, man. James Miller with 100 spot, man. My dude, have a happy birthday, BC. James Miller with $100 banger bomb. That is a lot of birthday coffee. James Miller, appreciate you, brother. Salute back to you, man. I appreciate that big time. Let me give a proper salute to James Miller, who's also a Gold Card channel member, by the way. So that's the highest level of support you could show the channel. This is just like, hey, here's $100 coffee fastball for the channel, BC. Salute, James Miller. That's massive, brother. That's never needed, dude. I got plenty of birthday coffee, but the fact that you went above and beyond like that, James Miller, I got to stop the stream, stop the review, and show you the proper salute, man. James Miller, been with the channel for a while, too. Big time, brother. Clutch City fan with an 8-month membership, by the way. BC, I'll continue to say this. WWE botched with that Cody decision. They are lazy in the booking shows. Gold Team, 8 months. Gold Team, 8 months in, baby! 8-month membership, Clutch City fan. We've only had memberships for 8 months. So Clutch City fan has been up on the gold status channel membership since basically day one. So Clutch City fan, salute. And you know the truth, man, as does BC and most of my unit. Cody Rhodes had to get that title at Mania, and nothing's made sense ever since. And here's Cody Rhodes playing around with Judgment Day yet again. Clutch City fan, I appreciate you. James Miller, again, brother. $100 banger bomb. That's a lot of coffee. Appreciate you, dude. Salute. That's big time. Seriously not needed. Man, all those banger bombs are for you, James Miller. You know what that is, man. All that fire, all those bombs. That's for you, brother. That's my unit showing you respect for showing BC the ultimate respect. Where was I, guys? I had to stop the stream there, man. That's a huge contribution to the channel. That is just not needed, but it's so appreciated. Where the heck was I? Where was I? Looking at my notes isn't going to help me. Where did I leave off? Oh, we were just talking about what I told you guys about Cody. reputable. My people. That's what makes them reputable. They know a lot more behind the scenes than me, and they're right more times than they're not. And they said they're hearing there's literally nothing for Cody after Brock. There was nothing for Cody with Brock. Almost 200 on those ups, guys. I appreciate that. The Tube, if you're just tuning in, the Tube did not notify most of my units. Some notifications went out, and they did not notify. I did a little bit of a test. I had some of my good friends making sure for me. A little bit of a test we were doing with the Tube, and there was they did not send out a mass notification, so they did not want this live stream out there. Now, it's not a conspiracy. I don't know. Maybe WWE doesn't want these type of channels to speak the truth. It's possible that they don't want channels like this to speak the truth. In which case, yeah, they could have a relationship with the Tube, and they don't want these live streams and videos to get out. It's not going to make us stop talking about these shows. It's a hobby of mine. It's what I love to do, and we built something really cool here. So WWE may not like the fact that we spit this type of truth. The Tube may not like the F-bombs, and they may think we're too controversial, but we're not going to stop doing them. So, yeah, some of you guys got notified. That's good. Janelle says, I finally got notified. Yeah, they do that too. An hour or after the podcast, after the live stream, then they send out some notifications to protect their ass. But the test that I conducted with some people close to me, they, no notification, nothing. And it's what we already knew. I just wanted to do a little bit of a test. So, but it's cool, man. It's cool. I know people still know where to come to for all their pro wrestling topics, man. So there's no doubt that when it's all said and done, we'll be into the thousands in terms of viewership because people over the next 24 hours, they know where to come, man. They don't need a notification per se. But with Cody Rhodes, that's exactly what I was telling you guys. There was nothing for him with Brock Lesnar. There's nothing for him after. And now we're going to see every fucking week. Every week, we are going to see Cody Rhodes doing something stupid with the Judgment Day. Rinse and repeat. It is just a vicious cycle of the same repetitive, regurgitated redundancy. So Cody Rhodes gives that 2-minute promo saying, I'm going to watch the main event later. Okay, thanks for telling us. Rhea Ripley then defeats Candice LeRae via tap-out submission. This was in about a couple of minutes. JR9, do you know the exact time on that ladies match? It can't be that much more than 2 minutes, right? A minute and 14 seconds. So it was less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. A minute 14, and Candice LeRae is looking up at the... No, she wasn't. She was upside down. Tapping out. Now, listen, I know Rhea's got to be booked like a beast. I totally get it. Well, put in Handjob Holly. Put in Big Boobs Beulah. Take somebody from the local bingo hall. If it's only a minute, it's no harm, no foul. And then you can beat them up even more because you don't have to worry about protecting Candice LeRae at all. Big Boobs Beulah's in there, right? Just get her ass kicked. That's the beauty about enhancement talent matches, jobber matches. You can watch the real superstar beat the shit out of the jobber more than they would another superstar. Jobber matches can be the best. Why have Candice LeRae eat that, man? She's upside down, tapping out ferociously. Please stop, come on. I want to go home to Johnny Gargano. Upside down in a minute and 14 seconds. That's really good for Candice LeRae. And then, guys, it gets even more silly. Post-match, Raquel Rodriguez comes out on a crutch. Now, this makes no sense because we already saw her attack Rhea without crutches 2 weeks ago after her injury. You guys remember? She was already injured. I remember, she was looking really hot, actually. She had the yellow top on, the black skirt, the black boots, and she came out and she attacked Rhea Ripley. And they were brawling. And now she comes out on a crutch. Well, that doesn't... You came out without a crutch after your injury last week. 2 weeks ago. Anyway, she informs Rhea that she's cleared and ready for the match. That was it. I'm cleared and I'm ready for the title match. Awesome, thanks for telling us. When I say it's a show about nothing last night, Monday Night Raw has turned into a show about nothing. This is what I mean. LeRae beat in a minute 14. Raquel coming out and saying, I'm cleared. Viking Raiders. Costing Riddle and Drew McIntyre a tag team match over the New Day. Oh, wow. And if you didn't see last night, are we going to get to that, or is that hour 3? They're going to run it back next week, and they're going to have another match. Thank you for the birthday wishes, guys. I still see it in the chat, man. I appreciate that, guys. Birthday's in a couple of days, but this might be the last, for sure, live stream, I'm guessing. But in front of the camera, this might be the last one for a few. We got some business and a couple of days for my birthday that I'm going to do some side biz. So you're going to still get content. Just might be audio format. So I appreciate that, guys. It's a show about nothing, man. I don't understand anything about what they're doing with Rhea Ripley. I don't. When she got the title, we thought, oh man, she's already getting big. This is going to take her to the next level. I can't even fathom what they're thinking, man. Judgment Day as a whole, the way they're booked, I don't care if JD McDonuts is in, out, whatever the fuck. I'm starting not to care about Judgment Day at all. Anyway, let's go to Tozowa next up. Tozowa then defeats The Miz via the awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating roll-up. LA Knight, yeah, is on commentary. I know. BC, what about the brand split? What do you mean LA Knight was just at ringside and on commentary? I tried to tell you this too. Every time I try to tell you something, you can fight back, you can argue with it, you can debate it, but it's true. There is no brand split. They don't care. They don't care. They just take names that they want to fucking feud or where they think they want to go for, and they don't care. They don't even try to explain why they're on each other's show. They don't care. There's no brand split. Post-match, Knight hits BFT, blunt force trauma on Miz. Wow. So this feud is basically them just getting rolled up by opponents, right? LA Knight takes a fruit roll-up on Friday night. Miz takes a fruit roll-up to Tozowa. JR9 Gaming tells me it's his first win since 2017, not including the 24/7 shit. So they're just rolling up each other. You guys are throwing your fruit at the screen. That's right. If you just went to the supermarket, grab your fucking fruit and chuck it at the fucking screen. Because that's what WWE is doing. Clearly, they're getting fresh fruit from the local market right before the shows, and they're handing them to LA Knight and to The Miz, Ninja Tozowa. What are we doing? That's the feud? You know, when Miz cut that amplified promo a couple weeks ago, I was like, all right, now this is good, man. This is good. LA Knight, maybe it'll get him some momentum. Miz is amplified. And then here we go with WWE doing WWE things. There's the fucking Miz distracting LA Knight, and LA Knight gets rolled up by Austin Theory, one of the most boring professional wrestlers on the planet of all time. Rolling up one of the most electric fucking wrestlers of all time, at least right now, man. And for a long time, we haven't had somebody like this that you can get behind. But no, we're going to roll him up. Monday night, LA. And you know what's silly about this? As you guys continue to throw your fruit at the fucking screen, justified, because that's what WWE is doing. They're grabbing their fucking lemons, their watermelons, their kiwis, their fucking apples, their fucking pears, and they're chucking it at LA Knight and The Miz and any fucking fan that was hoping that this was going to be a good feud. The sad part is, the LA Knight didn't even distract The Miz. If you guys go back and check this out, LA Knight was still at commentary, chilling out, talking shit with Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. Miz just is like, oh my God, you're still here? You're still here? Why are you here? And he just gets rolled up. Tozowa, just fucking, like, Tozawa's one move. It's the one move Tozowa has in the last 6 years, thanks to the 24/7 title. It's been instilled in his dome piece. Fruit roll up. I must fruit roll up. It's how I get the 24/7 title. Roll up, roll up. I have to roll up. I must roll up The Miz by any means necessary. Miz must get rolled up. Watermelons, kiwis, lemons, apples, pears. It doesn't matter. I need to roll him up now. And he rolls him up. Only difference is there's no 24/7 title that he won. So the thing is, when you get to LA Knight and when you get to The Miz, what the fuck is captivating you? When you think back of the story, what are you going to remember? Remember all the roll-ups? Do you remember the roll-ups? I can't wait to see this match at the pay-per-view. They are losing via roll-up every week, man. They're really starting to piss each other off. I tell you, man. I can't, You guys are still chucking fruit. I love it. Save it, man. I don't know if there was another roll-up last night. Was there? You don't want to throw all your fruit yet. Oh, we're almost at 200 on the ups. Even when the tube doesn't push the live streams, we still fucking rock out, man. We still rock out. Let's take that to 200 plus on those ups, man. Let's show the tube how badass we are without your fucking help. Hour number 2. Oh, listen to this, man. You guys ready for this? Hour number 2 ends with Flip-Flops Flanagan's neon green fingernails. JR9, I appreciate it. You guys can unload the fruit. There's no other fruit roll-ups, JR9 Gaming says. My right-hand man on the channel. No other roll-ups last night. Flip-Flop Flanagan's neon green fingernails. So let me set up the situation for you guys. This is what happened, all right? They're backstage. Drew Snoozentire, Scooter McGee, Flip-Flops Flanagan, and the New Day. Now, they're all showing a level of respect. The New Day is like, thanks for having our back out there, man. The Viking Raiders were doing Viking stupid shit. And, hey, man, we respect you, and if you want to run it back next week, we'll do it, man. So they all... So, Snoozentire's like, I really can. I got singles action to get to. I can't be in a tag team. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. They don't got booking for you. If they had good booking for you, you'd come back as a heel. You would have took out Sethington. You came back, you got inserted to the same feud you were in before your hiatus, right back with Gunther. You still didn't get the IC title, and now you're with Fingernails Flip-Flops Flanagan. That's what you're doing. So you ain't got nothing else going for you. So anyway, he's trying to like say, oh, I got, well, but New Day is like, well, if you do want to run it back, man, we'd love to do it again. They all give each other a little fist bump, right? All little fist bump. And Flip-Flops Flanagan puts his hand over everybody's fist and goes, what'd he say? Paper beats rock. And he's got the brightest fucking neon green. Like, that's huge right now for the females of the world, man. Neon is big with the females on their fingernails, right? Neon pink, neon green. Hey, it's good. Good shit. Sexify them up a little bit more if that's what they feel. It's good. All right. That's huge right now in 2023. Neon fingernails. The difference here is that's a fucking dude! You would have thought Kayla Braxton doesn't even do that shit. She's more like a tomboy. I love Kayla Braxton. Maybe Charlie Flair. You would have thought, I don't know, who does their nails like that, man? You would have thought some female went in and just like fucking held their hand. Who puts nails on? I don't even know if the females do that. I don't even know. I don't even think they do they? Trinity Fatu. I like that, DeMonte Ty Drew. You would have thought fucking Naomi. Trinity Fatu came in. Well, basically, in the UFC, they'll paint their fingernails because it helps with X, Y, and... Well, this isn't the UFC! That shit blinded motherfuckers! You have a man like Drew McIntyre and the New Day, and they're showing, like, respect, right? Like the brotherhood of professional wrestler, and here comes fucking Flip-Flops Flanagan. Paper beats rock. I just did my nails, Drew. Look at my nails, Drew. I just did them. Paper beats rock. Hey, New Day, look at my nails. Neon green. I'm gonna do my tootsies later. Remember his promo about his fucking tootsies for 7 minutes? Talked about his fucking tootsies. His feet for 7 fucking minutes. Put on some fucking shoes. Take off the fucking fingernail polish. Get fucking amplified. An amplified Matthew Riddle is best for business. I love when Matt Riddle is amplified. When he is a fucking circus sideshow, I cannot change the channel fast enough. You see what he's doing with Drew? Please, Drew. This is what happened. Guys, I'm not even fabricating it. He's begging Drew to do a tag team match again with him next week against the New Day. Please, Drew. Come on, Drew. Don't leave me. Remember the promo he did with Randy Orton? He did a whole promo about how his father left him to go get milk and he never came back. So now Randy is like his new father, right? Please don't leave me, Randy. And that's how he's talking to Drew now. Drew, come on, man, please. We can do something in the tag division. And Drew is like, all right. I'm already Drew Snoozing Tire. I might as well do it. That's right. That's Drew's new accent, because he's fucking dopey. He might as well be an 8th dwarf. Is there already a dopey? Oh, he's dopey amplified. Because he's doing nothing that excites anybody. I couldn't even stand RK Bro. A bootleg version with Snoozing Tire? Oh, fuck. It's true, man. You're just gonna get truth on this channel, man. You know, you're just gonna get fucking truth on it. If you like it or not, that's different. That's prerogative. No, that's how you see it. That's fine. I'm not even shading. If you like that shit, that's on you. No shade, no sarcasm. That's you. It doesn't make it good. This is not how you book Drew McIntyre. It's not. This has nothing to do with if you like it or not. This is not how you book Drew McIntyre. The New Day comes back from a long hiatus, and they're already irrelevant. I can confirm this is not how you book the New Day. It's not how you book Miz versus LA Knight. It's not how you book Rhea Ripley's title reign. It's not certainly how you book Candice LeRae. It's not how you book Chelsea Green. It's not how you book Piper Niven. It's not how you book the Judgment Day. It's not how you book Cody Rhodes. It's not how you book. Neon fingernails. I know. It's 2023 BC. It's what men do these days. They paint their fingernails. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I would not. Maybe I put on the blinders for that, man. You are not going to get somebody like motherfucking BC to ever go, wow, that was funny. Did you see his fingernails? Hour number 3 starts with Trish Stratus versus Zoe Stark. Face to face. Oh, no, Trish Stratus with Zoe Stark face to face with Becky Lynch. I know a lot of you guys cannot stand this Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus shit. You guys know how I feel. I like it, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I grasp how many people do not like Becky and Trish. I understand the reasoning behind it. That's why I don't trash it. Just like I said, we have likes and dislikes, but we have to know what's working, what is not. There's areas of gray here. I totally understand where this should have been better and why so many fans are against it. I get it. And then we have to see what is actually working. Trish Stratus is taking a lot of the heat here. Trish Stratus is playing her heel status perfectly. If you think of heel women in WWE, you can't say Trish Stratus is doing any worse than any of them. In fact, she's doing better. Trish Stratus has been phenomenal. Zoe Stark takes a lot of heat. She's basically just the sidekick. There's only so much they even allow her to do. So they just put in Becky Lynch every week. They bring out Trish and Zoe, and they have this long back and forth. And a lot of the fans are just not for it. I don't mind it. I'm enjoying their work. Sets up Zoe versus Becky Lynch next week on Raw. Falls count anywhere. And then Becky versus Trish at PayBack. It was supposed to be SummerSlam. In a steel cage at PayBack in 2 weeks. Bigger story that I see here is that Becky Lynch is still pissed off, you can tell, about being removed from SummerSlam. You can tell that Becky Lynch is still not happy. She's still bringing out, a couple weeks ago, it was the lemonade, turning lemons into lemonade. Last night, underneath that jacket, she had a shirt that was a lemonade shirt. So it was a lemonade. So she's still pretty salty about it, and she has every reason to be. She was promised certain things if you stay away from the title. If that was Charlie Flair and she was involved in something that didn't have to do with the title, she would still be on the pay-per-view. So she did what the company asked her to do, just like Sasha Banks and Naomi, and the company turned their back on them and lied. Right? And that's what the company does with their talents all the time. That's why the wrestlers get upset with WWE a lot. It's because the company lies to them constantly. That's the shit that has to stop, man. And it turns their own soldiers, their wrestlers, a lot of them, either can be considered locker room leaders or they really promote the company well. They'll have them turn on them. Anyway, you're going to get Becky and Zoe. Next week, Falls Count Anywhere. And then the steel cage match with Trish and Becky is 2 weeks later, Payback. Next up, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven defeat Chance and Carter in 75 seconds, approximately. Piper literally squashes little Chance with a jumping splash. When I say literally, it was literally. Thinking back on it, it was one of her jumping splashes. And, Chance is very tiny. And Piper Niven is very not tiny. And she just jumps in the air and just lands with all her weight on Chance. And in 75 seconds, Chance and Carter losing this matchup. Chance and Carter clearly have settled into their roles as enhancement talents, which is just a fancy name for jobbers. And by the way, Piper Niven just made herself a champion. And then you wonder why many fans feel no connection to these titles. I mean, are you really shocked that fans are not on board with the way these titles are distributed and retained? Piper Niven just goes in there last week, takes the title. You're hoping they had 7 days to think of a reason or a way to put that title on Piper Niven going forward, right? Give a reason. Think creatively so that it makes sense for your audience. No. This company refuses. They're so egotistical. Their head is so far up in the clouds, the financial gains that they're getting, their record revenue that they're getting. Their head is so far up in those revenue clouds. They don't have the time to give us reasoning. So this week, it was pretty much confirmed. Niven is your new tag team champion with Chelsea Green. The only problem is she was never even a match for the title. She walked into Pierce's office, grabbed the title, and said, "I'm champ." Is that what we're doing now? I have the answer. That's rhetorical. That's what we're doing now. That's what we're doing now, man. She's the tag team champion. So, yeah, you want to say Sonya Deville. That'll be interesting when Sonya comes back. It'll be an interesting dynamic. Guys, it's like an JR9, what is it? ACL or something, right? I know she was down in Arkansas or Arizona, one of those fucking... Arkansas, maybe. One of those states with Kevin Wilkes. He does a lot of the rehabs. And she was down with Kevin Wilkes. She's going to be gone for like 9 months to a year, man. That's a long rehab. So if you think that we're going to watch Chelsea and Piper Niven for the next year be tag champions just to have a Sonya Deville return payback, come on, man. So Piper Niven somehow is your tag team champion. I'm still trying to find out how, but you know what? Today's wrestling fan doesn't care. They're just like, let's keep moving on, man. Who cares about reasoning? Let's just say everything is a bed of roses and shit rainbows. And it rains chocolate chip cookies, man, with sprinkles. Sprinkles and chocolate chip cookies. Basically, be more positive, man. I will be. If you just give me logic and common sense. I'm not even asking for a lot. In fact, you want positivity? Here's one of the only good positive spots, man. Very good backstage interview promo with Sethington Rollins, man. Sethington was really good, man. He got serious. That was good, right? Fucking talking about Shinsuke and meeting him next week, settling this, and about getting attacked by Shinsuke. It was very good. And Shinsuke Nakamura, he did a separate promo. And it was very good, all in Japanese. But it was captioned subtitles. So if you didn't speak Japanese, you didn't know what the fuck he was saying, you understood. It was in subtitles. I love it. I've been asking for that. If these wrestlers don't speak the greatest English, or they don't feel as comfortable, let them speak their fucking language. Just put up fucking subtitles, bro. It'll be great. I will have no problem in the ring if they want to go back and forth and I have fucking subtitles. Like they do in baseball. The New York Yankees have a lot of people speak different languages. You know what they have? A fucking translator. And Meredith Marakovitz, our interviewer, she asked the questions to the player, but the translator does everything. Have a translator in pro wrestling. It would be epic, and you can use them. You can double them as a manager. Right? The translator can also be a manager, and if done correct, that's what it should be. It could be fun! It could be more special if Shinsuke is just talking fucking Japanese and then the translator has to fucking spew it back. I have no problem with the captions or the subtitles. And you could do it in a fun way. I love that last night. Let Shinsuke talk in his fucking language. And then, if you don't speak it, or if it's airing in another country, put the fucking subtitles in. Love it. Sign me up. In fact, I am an advocate for entering in a translator in professional wrestling for talent like Shinsuke, because it would help the product. You could use the translator / manager in storylines. And the flow of the promos, the face-to-face, back-and-forth promos would be epic, man. As the fucking native language is being said, maybe the other wrestler, like Sethington, doesn't know exactly what's being said, so he knows it's not good though, and he waits, and then the translator fucking sends it over to Sethington, and then the fans are like, oh shit, and then you see the reaction of Shinsuke as the translator is telling, fucking awesome! James Shrimp Fajitas, I agree, man. It was done so well with Shinsuke last night and Sethington. Very good. Stegmeister, get Funaki in there for the translator. Hey, he's older now, maybe. Yeah, that was one of the bright spots of Raw last night, man. That was really well done. Minus the fucking, they're all singing my song. We did it twice during Sethington's backstage interview. And only fucking 25% of Canada was doing it, right? They showed the crowd. Most people are sitting on their ass. They're like, we're not doing the whoa-whoa right now, bro. We're not whoa-whoing. So I'm proud of Canada. They stuck to their guns there. They sat the fuck down, most of them. Good backstage promo. I can't tell you it makes us want to see Sethington and Shinsuke anymore because we've already seen them wrestle 18 times, but it was at least well done. Then we go into the main event, Owens and Zayn versus Balor and Priest. The match was only about 3 minutes, ending in a DQ after JD McDonuts appears and the Money in the Bank briefcase is used. I forgot what happened, but it was a DQ. The match was basically thrown out. Cody Rhodes hits the ring. Cody says, no. Raw is not ending like this. And BC is like, obviously, numbnuts. There's 20 minutes left in the show. 21 minutes. Of course the show's not ending like that. So then Cody says, there's 3 of you and there's 3 of us. Let's get a referee and let's do this right now. And Michael Cole is flipping out. They're calling for a referee. They're trying to sell this like it's massive, right? Like this is a massive turn of events. Like this is WrestleMania-esque quality. Wow, we're going to get this 6-man tag. Owens, Hamilton Zayn, and Cody Rhodes versus the Judgment Day. There's only one teeny-weeny, massive, huge problem. We've already seen this match 12 times in the last 4 months. You just take out a piece of the puzzle. Take out Cody, put in Sethington. Take out Sethington, put in Matthew Riddle. Just have KO and Sammy versus all of Judgment Day. Any 2 combination. We've seen everything 12 times in the last 4 months. And last night, we just recycled it again. 6-man tag. Every Raw review, what do I tell you guys, man? It wasn't even like a joke at first, but it became kind of a running theme on the channel. Every Monday night, I tell you guys, we see the same main event every week. And what do? The next week, they give you the same main event. You wait 3 hours to see nothing. Absolutely nothing. We've seen this 100 times. And this was just the faces beating the shit out of Judgment Day. This is all this was. Owens ultimately scores the pin over North American champion Dominic Mysterio. Good thing he got that NXT title from Wes Lee so he could go to the main roster and look like an idiot, making NXT and Wes Lee look like clowns. Dominic Mysterio flat on his back looking up at the lights following a KO stunner, I believe is what it was. Post-match, Zayn says something in French, which I haven't a fucking clue what it was, because I'm not French! And then the faces celebrate taking us off the air. This was house show shit. The faces make the heels retreat. The faces celebrate in their hometown. And they say a bunch of shit in that native language, which is great for them. We're on live TV ending the show. And they're having a fucking conversation in French Canadian. And we go off the air. That's what you do at a house show. This isn't a fucking 3-hour primetime show 2 weeks before a pay-per-view premium live event. Last night was a show about nothing. Nothing. Cody Rhodes has already beaten all of Judgment Day one-on-one. So we need to see nothing more with Cody and Judgment Day. But we saw it again last night. We're going to see it next week. Payback and beyond. KO and Sammy have taken on Judgment Day in any 2, 3, or 4-person combat way you can imagine. Nothing more you need to see, but you'll see it next week. You'll see it Payback. You'll see it going forward. Last night was Seinfeld. The only difference is Seinfeld was a success, a show about nothing. It was intriguing. The nothingness was fun. But for Monday Night Raw, this show about nothing, absolutely horrendous. No captivation going in for Payback. Do you guys even know when Payback is? Is it when is it? The 2nd? Somebody give me the date on Payback. Are you guys even excited for Payback in 2 weeks, the pay-per-view? Did you even know the pay-per-view was in 2 weeks? Can you name me 3 or 4 matches on the pay-per-view? Next Saturday, less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks, guys. It is like, what is it, 14 days away? 14, what am I saying? 11 days away. 11 days away. And how many announced matches are there? Don't give me what we think we're getting. How many announced? Is half the card even filled yet? I know they made Payback Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch Steel Cage. Not what we think is going to happen. What are the announced matches? JR9 says 3. What are they? Seth and Nakamura. I gotcha. Seth and Nakamura. Becky and Arrowhead. And Ripley versus Raquel. That's right. That did get announced last night. So it's the 2 matches that got removed from SummerSlam. They made sure to make it up to them for Payback. The 2 ladies matches. Raquel and Becky's matches got removed. They both got sent over to Payback. And then they're going to put the world title on the line. So you only have 3 matches. So as much shit as AEW is getting, justified, I understand, but as much shit as they're getting for turning All into a fucking a shit fest booking-wise, a few weeks before putting matches on, if you're going to give them shit, you got to also give WWE shit. Because you're 11 days away from Payback, you got 3 fucking matches, bro. You're going to have 7 days to try to fill out that card with 6 more matches. Good luck. Because you know those ladies' matches are not going to go that long. Fucking odd, man. I just don't understand. So fucking weird, man. It's like they announced these pay-per-views and then they realized last second, oh yeah, we should think about that. But there's no time right now. We're making record revenue. You know, that's one other thing. Before I go to the super chats, I want to say a big shout out to some Amplified Unit members, man. And acknowledge some of those birthday wishes, man. I appreciate you guys. But one thing I really want to attest, and I'm probably going to regurgitate this into a cold open at some point in the future, especially one of the audio formats, because I really want people to understand. There's this notion that because wrestling is getting record revenue, that wrestling is the hottest it's ever been. That is false. If you're a younger fan, you want to believe that because this is your generation of wrestling. I get it. It could not be farther from the truth. The record revenue is because the fucking pricing for everything is inflated beyond belief. For instance, All In for AEW has pulled in 70 to 80,000 plus fans, and they pulled in roughly $10 million, right? For 80,000 fans, roughly $10 million live gate. Now, if you look at WrestleMania, they are claiming 90,000, and they're already claiming $22 million. Why, you ask? It's because WWE's ticket price is inflated, and they're able to do that. The Attitude Era and beyond helped them become a juggernaut. So what they're doing now is what we call liquidating, right? They're literally cashing in on everything that they busted their asses over for years and years. And that's why they're being able to get all of that money. They can inflate the ticket prices and people are going to show up. WWE over time earned that equity. That's what they did. They earned that equity. Good for them. That's going to eventually run out, by the way. if you're not creating new big stars like a Stone Cold or a Rock, if you're not doing many storylines like the Bloodline, the Authority, and Stone Cold. But they're liquidating right now, right? That's why they see that, right? AEW can't do that right now. They're still a young company. They cannot go out and make an all-in ticket. They can't make that $1,000 a ticket for every ticket. So it's going to be inflated. And that's fine. Good for them. Record revenue, right? Networks and streaming services, now more than ever, they want live entertainment. Pro wrestling can provide that. So they're getting billion-dollar deals. I don't want you guys to mix up record revenue with the best possible product we should be getting, because one doesn't wash the hand of the other. You don't need to be concerned with the record revenue that the suits and ties are making. Good for them. We need to be concerned with the events, the shows that we are getting. Are they the best they should be? Ratings will tell you wrestling is nowhere near what it was. And guys, I'll even throw you your delayed viewership. I'll cut you the cord cutting excuse. I'll give you streaming services. I'll give you watching highlights on platforms like this. You can add it all together, and you are still nowhere near what the Attitude Era was bringing in. Nowhere near. It's because wrestling was hotter than hot. Back in the day, way more than it is now. It's still not a cool thing to do today to wear wrestling shirts around at the supermarket, in the mall, with your buddies. In the Attitude Era, it was the thing to do. You showed up to school, you showed up as a grown man to work, and you got your fucking Suck It shirt on. Austin 316. It's the reason that Stone Cold is still top 5 in merchandise, still to this day. WWE has found their way in 2023, 2022, 21. This started years ago. They found their way to basically a production line system. WWE streamlines the same show every Monday night, basically, and you don't even realize it. Or if you're like the Amplified unit, we do realize it. But they're giving you the same show. They play it safe. They're not going to fuck with the advertisers. They're not going to fuck with the rhythm that they have, because everything is flowing. It's record revenue right now. It's a safe show. Back in the day, Attitude Era, they were building to where they are right now. They were building to one day cash in on what they created. What they're doing now is they're cashing in. And people think it's the hottest wrestling has ever been. It's not even close to where it was. It's why Stone Cold will not leave the top 5 in merchandise sellers, or top 3. To this day, people yearn for that. Do you watch a Monday Night Raw? Listen to this past Monday, Michael Cole say, "Welcome everybody to Quebec City. This is Monday Night Raw." That same tone. No energy, no amplification. Watch the crowd. When Raw started, they didn't know they were live. The girl behind Michael Cole with the Pepsi. She's laughing because she's like, "Oh, we're live? I was sipping my Pepsi." The song, I don't even know what the Raw theme is. It's just boring as fuck. It does not get you energized for Monday Night Raw. Now what I want you to do, after you see that, I want you to go to an Attitude Era Raw with the theme song rocking out, camera zooming in and out, everybody's flipping out. Jim Ross, "Welcome everyone to Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold is coming to the ring in a beer truck." And he's backstage, he's running people fucking over. This is how we're starting the show. And now I want you to go to last night. "Welcome everybody to Quebec City. I'm Michael Cole and this is Monday Night Raw. We have a show for you tonight." No lie, that's how they started, guys. Go back and watch. No pyro, no excitement, no enthusiasm, a weak-ass song. Nothing. They're play it safe. Play it nice and safe. Let's be calm. If there's anybody that doesn't watch Raw, they know that they can mingle in with a nice cup of cocoa maybe some sugar cookies, maybe get your favorite Snuggie blanket, right? Snuggle up with your family and watch a little bit of pro wrestling action with your favorite superstars. And people will go, it's the hottest it's ever been. Record revenue throughout, Beasley. Record revenue because of 2023. The equity that's been built up in AEW, thankfully, gets to fucking be a byproduct of that. I'm proud as shit. People are saying, oh, WWE pulled double the amount with 90,000 than they're pulling with 80,000. Well, that's because AEW hasn't been around that long. I'm proud that they pulled in 10 mil. That doesn't mean AEW's on top of the world. And WWE sure as hell isn't. WWE RAW was beating Monday Night Football back in the day. Now they can barely pull 2 million live. That has nothing to do with cord cutting. That has nothing to do with streaming. I'm saying live football, NFL, Monday night versus WWE is getting slaughtered. That tells you everything you need to know. So thank you guys, man. I wanted to fucking just decipher that. Don't get misconstrued. Record revenue doesn't mean pro wrestling is the best it should be right now or could be. It's not even close. Last night's Raw produced nothing. There's nothing that happened last night that anybody would honestly wait 7 days to go, oh, I can't wait till Raw next week, man. I can't wait to see another 6-man tag with Cody, KO, Judgment Day, Sammy. I gotta see what happens with Raquel and Rhea. And the Viking Raiders, man, are they gonna take out Drew and Randy again? Or Drew and Riddle? I love this shit. I know you guys do. We want to see it get better, man. You gotta be truthful with it. This shit cannot keep going, man. Change everything. I want pyro in the beginning. I want pyro. It has to be. No Raw should go live without pyro. That's number one. Number two, I want a different song. I want something that electrifies people. What the fuck was the song back in the day anyway, during the Attitude Era? Raw is War? Was that what it was called? And there was two of them. I didn't even know the words. I just made the sound effects. There was two different songs. What was cool is back in the day it was 2 hours, so on the second hour they would start a new song, and it was revved up too. It was amplified. We're All Together by Anthrax. Big Nang. I appreciate that. Big Nang. Good to see you up in here too, bro. We're all together now. And then there was another one too. There was two of them. There was another one. It was the same show though. Both of them played. And then what happened was after the initial theme, the camera would cut to the crowd. Jim Ross would be going ballistic, welcoming everybody. Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross. And then you would see fucking the crowd. Everybody had a sign. They were like hitting each other in the head with fucking elbows trying to get on camera. It was revved up, man. And you had so many superstars that you literally, like, it could be Kane, it could be Undertaker, it could be Kurt Angle, it could be The Rock, it could be Chris Jericho, it could be Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Authority. There were so many stars. But the intro alone would get you electrified. So once the theme was over, you'd go to the crowd, the song would ignite again. The pyro was basically grenades. It wasn't even pyro. It was basically like fucking bombs going off. No shit, man. Yeah, I forgot what it was, man. No. Yeah, but the Nickelback, that was way afterwards, though. I'm saying around Attitude Era, there was the We're All Together Now, and then there was another one as well. But anyway, the point is, man, that's when Raw was, from the jump, you knew you were in for something special, right? Nowadays, the shows start off with no pulse whatsoever. You are literally getting a sleepy, and I'm saying Michael Cole. I've been saying this about every broadcaster before Michael Cole on Raw. Everybody just very like they just woke up from a nap, welcomes us to Raw. The theme music is not amplified. The crowd doesn't even know they're live. That's it, man. That's all I want to say. That has to stop. It starts with the fucking beginning of Raw. Tell us why we should care. And when you're setting up the main event with the first segment, it better be something that captivates us for an entire 3 hours to make us give a fuck about what we're watching at the end. And when the show is over, the final minute of the show, the cliffhanger is what we should be getting. You better have your audience captivated for the next 7 days, needing, not wanting to tune in next week. Those are prerequisites for a decent wrestling show. I'm not asking you to move mountains. That's basic common sense and logic. If you're going to pull off a wrestling show, those are the basic fundamentals, the core of what a professional wrestling show should be. Thorn in your eye, is it? Flip, flip, thank you. That was the other one, guys. It was Thorn in Your Eye as well. Thank you. Yes, that was the other one. You know what's funny? And I know Nickelback takes so much shit, and maybe some of it's justified. Guys, I'll take Nickelback's Burn It to the Ground over whatever shit they have right now. At least Burn It to the Ground had some fucking a pulse to it. At least you knew, man, Monday Night Raw was starting. So as much shit as Nickelback gets, and again, that could be justified, I don't know, I'm not a fan. No offense to Nickelback. Just not a fan. I don't know enough of their music. But I'll take that fucking song over what the fuck we have now. There is nothing there's nothing that gravitates you to the music right now in WWE. There's nothing that makes you put it on a fucking playlist or resonates, right? You could hear this song in a supermarket and you go, that's the fucking Raw song. Right? So when you're going to get your cereal and your fucking cottage cheese and your milk, you're fucking running people over because you're amplified. Anyway, man, how's that? That was a whole fucking rant after the review. What is the song right now, guys, for Monday Night Raw? Because I truly don't even know. Somebody give me the actual Raw theme, if you don't mind. Because I really don't know what it is. That's how oh man, there's so many words you can use. How much I'm not captivated by it. That's how much it doesn't resonate. That's how meaningless and nonsensical it is. What do we got? What is it? I love that. Dead Man says, no clue. Deontay Thomas says, I don't even know. Santivia Major says, I have no clue. I love it. You guys are just like BC. We don't even have a fucking clue what it is. And that's what I mean. We're like zombies watching Raw. They give us the same show every week, and we're the last of the fucking Mohicans, basically, right? We watch out of habit and hope every Monday. So we're going to fucking tune in like idiots anyway. And they give us the same fucking shit, and it's not even fun. We don't even know the theme song. Greatness. Somebody's telling me it's greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Well, they're not talking about Monday Night Raw, that's for sure. Mr. Russell, I like that. A pile of garbage. That's the theme. I like it. Greatness by Vo Williams. Wow. How far they have fallen, man. Get some good fucking music back. Get some amplification in your voice when we start the show. Give me some fucking pyro and let's rock out. Make superstars, actual stars. Give us good storylines and let's put Monday Night Raw. Let's make it great again. How's that? Because last night, that wasn't it, bro. That wasn't it at all. JR9 Gaming kicked us off on the super chats, man. This is before we were live, I believe. 5 Spot Coffee. Since Ripley won the title, she's had 7 matches with an average length of 4.5 minutes. As a result, the division is in the worst state of all time. 7 matches Rhea has had. Her average match is well under 5 minutes. This is from JR9 Gaming, who does his due diligence on his research. I appreciate that, JR9 Gaming, and I totally believe it because it feels that way. It absolutely feels that way. And Ripley won that she's had 7 matches, and that's not even title matches, right, JR9? Has she only had 2 or 3 title matches, I believe? So that's even worse. WWE AEW Marvel fan, 5-Spot Coffee. I'm genuinely tired of seeing the same 6-man tags. Judgment Day main event, the IC title match should have been the main event and not the same BS. We're exhausted by it, bro. WWE AEW Marvel fan, we are absolutely exhausted by these 6-man tags every single Monday night, or just the same tag team matches with KO and Sammy. If they cannot find something different to do with KO, Sammy, and Cody going into the holidays, this is going to be a long next several months for WWE and its fans. WWE, AEW, Marvel fans, salute. And again, I want to reiterate, 3-eyed bro with that 20 spot. I know I already acknowledged this, but another big salute for that 20 spot, saying happy birthday, BC. I appreciate that birthday wish, man. 3-eyed bro with a 20 spot. And Batty Banks, I know I acknowledged this, but with that 10 spot, happy birthday, BC. Red team, go! Batty Banks, I appreciate the happy birthday. And a cup of 2-tree coffees, big time. Pimp Jesus, I acknowledged this earlier. I'll do it again. Happy birthday, BC. Pimp Jesus, I appreciate you, bro. Always good to see you up in here. And William F. with a 50-spot banger bomb. Have some birthday coffee on me, BC. William F., a tried and true on this channel, always. And I know I say this, but it's ever so true with my amp unit. But so fucking good to see William F. up in this chat, man. 50 spot, that is a bunch of coffee to the channel when it is not needed at all. So that's going above and beyond. William F., I don't know if you're still up in the chat, man, but I appreciate that big time. That's the first I'm seeing, that 50 banger bomb. James Miller, I appreciate that. James Shrimp Fajitas, Pimp Jesus. Those bombs in the chat, that's for you, William F. You've been on this channel long enough. You know that. That's my unit showing you that respect that you just showed BC in the channel. Tony Partita, I appreciate that, man. Gabe, thank you, bro. Thank you, Gabe. JR9 Gaming, appreciate it, brother. That's for you, William F. That's a lot of coffee, man. It's not needed at all. And just like James Miller, I know I said this earlier, James Miller with $100 banger bomb. Birthday. A birthday bash banger bomb. How's that? 100 spot. James Miller and Pimp Jesus. Fucking VIPs personified. Appreciate that big time, man. James Miller, Pimp Jesus. It's all fucking glittered up, man, and these red highlights when you put up the banger bombs. So those names are up highlighted. I love seeing it, man. And gold team, too, by the way. So, double appreciation. Christopher Blackshear with a couple of 2-spot coffees. Why hasn't Rhea defended since July? WWE, that's why. You already know the answer, Christopher. Christopher Blackshear says, when are these wrestlers going to stand the fuck up for themselves? Well, when they do, they just get put in the doghouse anyway, right? Remember when Asuka just had a little bit of fun on her social and said, maybe I should just leave right now? Basically saying the women's division is all fucked and her booking is fucked. She was having a little bit of fun, right? She's pissed off because she lost. That's how she should be acting. Instead, she was gone for over a month. Comes back, wins a title, and she's in irrelevancy even with a title. It's what this, so you got to worry about, are they going to punish me if I stand up and say something? Are they going to not use me and sit me home for 6 months so I get irrelevant? So when I leave the company, will any other promotion want me? If you're a bigger star, you can start to say shit, right? But even those waters are pretty muddied. So Christopher Blackshear, I don't know. It's all about like how much do you need the money? How much pride are you willing to set aside? Or how much moral value do you encompass within? If you're Trinity Fatu and Mercedes Moné, you said, check you, I'm out. Deuces, ooses, because this ain't worth it. There's no amount of money in the world. You're not going to fucking lie to me 85 million times. You're not going to book me like this again when you've lied to me and said you were going to book us better. No, we can go and make money elsewhere. We can be something special elsewhere. So what Sasha Banks and what Naomi did, for instance, that's fucking gold. I respect that. I really do. Some people vilify them for it, right? But, when you stand up for yourself, you're saying enough, man. Like, this can't keep going like this. You're only hurting us, the people we're working with, and as a whole, your own company. right? So, but the wrestlers are scared to stand up for themselves, man. Christopher Blackshear, that's the best response I have for you. 5 Spot Coffee as well. Christopher Blackshear says, book my girls Carter and Chance better. They've lost the majority of their matches since being called up. Disband the Judgment Day already. The Judgment Day is just becoming nauseating. They're just not booked correctly. They're all over the show, but in nothing I care about. And most of you guys don't. I mean, Cody Rhodes matches, 6-man tags, Kevin Owens and Sammy every week. And it's the same shit. They get chased off. They get beat up a little bit. Then they're in a wrestling match. Sometimes they win. Sometimes they lose. You go pay-per-view. We're going to see the same type of matches. It's absolutely exhausting, Christopher Blackshear. As far as Carter and Chance, I can't believe. On their debut, you remember they had a damn good match. Was that against Ronda and Shayna? JR9 Gaming, or anybody in the chat, remember Carter and Chance had a really good main roster match, and everybody was like, oh man, this is big. Like, that could be one of the centerpieces of a new real division in WWE, a real women's division. Carter and Chance could be one of the centerpieces. Yeah, I think that was Ronda and Shayna. And immediately after, they weren't seen for several weeks. They were either at catering or told to stay home. And then when they came back, they've just become enhancement talents, jobbers. So for Carter and Chance, just like Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Mia Yim, a lot of these women wrestlers that came from the NXT side of things, even with Paul Levesque McMahon, dude, they just don't know what to do with them. Piper Niven is just taking fucking titles, calling herself champion, even though Piper Niven is far from anybody giving a shit about her. It's wild, man. The women's division in WWE is just in disarray. I think that's the best way to describe it. But, you know, when Charlie Flair is going to hold up one whole 3-lane highway, and then on the other side of the highway with traffic going the opposite way, I guess Rhea Ripley is going to hold that down. JR9 told us 7 matches, less than 5 minutes each one of them. Only 2 or 3 title defenses. So that gives you a glimpse as of, I don't think they're going to have Rhea Ripley drop that title to WrestleMania. So she could be champion till Mania. Again, we like Ripley. We want to see her booked correctly. Her with the title, I have no problem with. But if this is the booking for her and everybody around her, then that's massive issues. I want to go over to Courtney Ward, if you don't mind. Courtney with a 2 spot. People still believe Vince runs creative. People still believe Vince runs creative. Happy birthday, BC. Red team, go! Thank you for the birthday wish, Courtney Ward. I appreciate the coffee. Yeah, I don't think those people are ever going to truly believe anything else. You know, there's no doubt Vince he's one of the heads of the company. You're not going to get him totally gone. What last night showed you is just how much Paul Levesque McMahon is running these shows. I mean, you saw the Tommaso Ciampa, the Shayna Baszler, the Piper Niven video packages. That's Paul Levesque McMahon's blueprint. He was running this fucking show, and this is what he does. He told you he doesn't know how to book the third hour. He's a 6-man tag fucking person who learned that from VKM. He doesn't like to differ away from those 6-man tags. That's just Paul Levesque McMahon, you know, so I'm okay if you blame VKM. I just hope that you also blame Paul Levesque McMahon because he's running a lot more of these shows than ever before. And last night from top to bottom was pretty shitty. So they can believe what they want to believe. This isn't one of those channels where we just flap our fucking gums and talk about just our opinions. We just don't talk about stupid shit. We're giving facts. Right? We just went over the whole show. There's so much Paul Levesque McMahon on this show last night. And the show just didn't hit. It didn't even hit for a base hit. They basically, at best, they bunted and almost got on base. But they didn't. Big Nang with a 5-spot coffee. Big Nang says, happy birthday, Beasley. You missed my 7-month gold member message. Can't wait to see Randy return to face Drew in a custody for McGee match. Oh, man. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Winner is the stepfather of Flip Flops Flanagan. Too funny, Big Nang. Let me go back to the 7-month. Did I miss it? I don't get them afterwards, so I got to get the membership milestones. I have to get them when it's live. I got it, Big Nang. 7 months. I got it, dude. Beasley. Attitude Era lacked wrestling and flips and dives. Beasley. Big Nang, did I nail that or what, bro? Yeah, that's what you hear from people that didn't like Attitude Era or say that this is better because there's more wrestling on today's shows. I don't give a fuck. It's scripted. It's choreographed. It's pre-planned. It's rehearsed. I never fell in love with pro wrestling to watch wrestling action. I didn't get WrestleMania 8 when I was a little kid or had my parents get it so I could see Randy Savage and Ric Flair have a 5-star classic, a banger. I watched because the storyline was so intriguing. I had to see Flair versus Savage. I didn't care if you called it a wrestling match, a fight. They can get in a fucking octagon. They could fucking wrestle on top of a helicopter over the Atlantic Ocean. I don't give a shit. I had to see Ric Flair and Randy Savage. I wanted to see Sid Justice and Hulk Hogan. I want to see fucking Shawn Michaels and Undertaker because of everything that was on the line with them at WrestleMania 25. We didn't go into that going, oh, the wrestling match is going to be amazing. No, we walked out of that saying that's one of the best wrestling matches we've ever seen. And now everybody tries to copy Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker from 25. 18,000 false finishes in a match. I wish the one thing they stole from Undertaker or Shawn Michaels was in-ring psychology and how to sell properly. Calm down with the fucking flips and dives. Use more selling in psychology. But that's asking too much. Oh, JR9, beyond ridiculous, man. No, wrestling finishers aren't even fucking devastating anymore. You hit a finisher and people are kicking out at 1. And that's why everybody has to win via a fucking fruit roll-up these days. So it's so truthful, man. You know, people just don't understand that it's the wrestling. I mean, what are you... To those fans, like, when is enough enough? How much wrestling action is it going to be enough to fucking fill you up and just digest for a little bit? How many fucking Canadian destroyers and suicide dives and 450, 760 tortellini hurricanrana splashes do you need to see? Wrestling needs larger-than-life characters and storylines that are next level and beyond. There's a reason that the Bloodline has been the highest-rated segments, and Bray Wyatt right there with him, the two biggest ratings for WWE over the last 5 years, Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns' Bloodline. Do you know why? Storylines, character. It doesn't matter if you love Supernatural or you can't stand it. You love Roman Reigns or you can't stand it. Do you know the viewership is through the fucking roof? Because it's really good. It's storylines, and it has to do with characters. That's pro wrestling more than the actual wrestling competition. It's pre-planned. It's scripted. It's predetermined. I understand there's a niche that needs to see fucking Ali versus Ospreay one day. Man, I gotta see Mustafa Ali versus Ospreay. I understand you want to see Penta versus AJ Styles. I get it. But how many of these wrestling matches with no fucking care otherwise attached to it, how many can you see? There has to be care connected to it. Otherwise, we're watching Wrestler A versus Wrestler B. Both do really cool trampoline moves. Both will fucking ooh and ah you for 30 minutes. You'll fucking say, this is awesome, and fight forever throughout the match. You'll go on your social media, say you just saw a 5-star banger, and then you'll forget about it 10 minutes later. It's not captivating, right? There's nothing captivating anymore about seeing a Canadian destroyer 17 times in a match. 20,000 super kicks in a match. It's redundancy. It's redundancy. If you really like that shit, you're part of that niche. Good for you. No shade. Good for you. We're on two opposite sides of the spectrum. I expect a lot more from pro wrestling. So while the niche is happy, professional wrestling is hurting. Hurting big time from it. That's the problem. Big time. A niche is a niche for a reason. Man, I miss storylines. That wasn't just the bloodline. I miss storylines. I wish there was more people that were larger than life. And I said 1,000 times in this podcast, it's the reason Stone Cold is still in the top 5 in merchandise. And this guy's been gone for years and years. He comes back every now and again. But there's a reason. Because we don't have people like that anymore, and we are clinging to it. Clinging to it. I don't even know where that was. Was that back to Big Nang? Maybe that was Big Nang. I forget, yeah. Jack Brewer, 5-Spot Coffee. Rather watch 3 hours of Seinfeld than boring Night Raw. Did not even watch the main event. Jack Brewer, in all honesty, and I mean this so much. I've said this, and I've done this in the past, actually. Every single time the main event starts, Owens, Zayn, and whoever's with them, Cody, Sethington, Riddle versus Judgment Day. Every time we start the main event, 20, 30 minutes left in the show, I literally want to change the channel. There's nothing more. I just know it is a boring half an hour in our fucking lives coming up. And one time, I told you guys in the review several weeks ago, I said I actually changed the channel. I never did that for Monday Night Raw. Like, actually changed the channel. I don't believe anyway, unless it was to see, like, Nitro, you had the last channel. Or a big game was on. But I never just shut it off. Several weeks ago, I didn't even watch the main event because I didn't want to bore myself into a stumper. So, who was that? Let me go back. Jack Brewer, gold status, man. Jack Brewer, you're exactly fucking right, man. When you say you didn't even watch the main event, there's this feeling when it starts and I see 20 to 30 minutes left. So we're going to get a good wrestling. We're going to get a lot of wrestling in the main event. It's the same match we've already seen every week, though. So what am I watching? Just people doing fucking moves? Choreographed fake fucking moves? What is captivating me? Nothing. Dominic loses the match. Sami Zayn talks in French for fucking 2 minutes. And we go off the air. It's a good thing I waited 3 hours to watch that cliffhanger. Oh, wait. There was no cliffhanger. There was nothing. It was a house show main event. I tell you, bro. Christopher Blackshare, 2-Spot. I'd watch Barbie again over Raw. I haven't even seen that Barbie movie. Everyone's going to see it. They're all wearing pink. Matt Riddle will paint his fingernails all nice and pink. He'll go to see Barbie. But listen, the fucking Barbie movie was had to have been more entertaining than 3 hours of Raw, bro. Christopher Blackshare. Eddie Brash, 279. Happy birthday, Amplified, man. Got the fucking bombs up, man. You got the fucking bicep rocking. The coffee is flowing. Eddie Brash. I appreciate the birthday shout out, Eddie Brash. Appreciate that big time, man. And up in the chat, man, all the birthday wishes, man, throughout the entire 2 hours plus on this stream. I appreciate you guys big time, man. Otis Linkman with a 5-Spot Coffee. Happy birthday, BC Amplified. Otis, I appreciate it, bro. Nothing against Damian Priest as Mr. Money in the Bank, but it's not captivating. I still believe L.A. Knight should have won it. Otis Linkman, it's another one of those big Paul Levesque McMahon botches. He makes a lot of them. He truly thinks that X is the way to go when it is clear that Z was the way he should have went. And nothing makes sense afterwards. And here we are with Damian Priest in flux. Whether he leaves Judgment Day, gets booted out, or stays in Judgment Day. Whether he's a heel or a face. Senior Money in the Bank does not work. You're seeing that with the reaction that he's getting. So Otis Linkman, I cannot agree more than I am right now, dude. Salute. And I appreciate the birthday shout out, Otis Linkman. Big Nang with another 5-Spot Coffee. He says, BC, if you were to choose to go to Royal Rumble in Orlando or WrestleMania in Philly, where would you choose? Because I'm debating on the two on which to go. I would go Royal Rumble Orlando because Royal Rumble is so fun. I love the Rumble matches. And it's Orlando. I love Orlando because Orlando, I get to have a fucking nice cold beverage at a fucking resort hotel pool. And then I get to go ride fucking roller coasters or go play with alligators, fight some fucking alligators, get amplified. Florida has everything for BC, man. Small doses, right? Can't live there, obviously. But I would choose Orlando for the Royal Rumble. Philly's too close. I already got the New York. I'm in Philly all the time on business. I'll probably show up to WrestleMania anyway. I have a lot of friends and business confidants that are going there. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to score a ticket or tickets. So I'll probably go there anyway, but it doesn't excite me. I would say Orlando Royal Rumble because Orlando excites me and the Royal Rumble is exciting. Big dang. Appreciate it, brother. Let me ask the unit, man. Anybody still up in here, man? Would you guys go to Royal Rumble in Orlando or Mania Philadelphia? I'm sure many of you guys will probably go Mania because it's Mania. And maybe you just don't like Florida, Orlando, so you want to see Philadelphia, see where Rocky was filmed. I get it. Ash Stegmeister Stegels, 5-Spot Coffee says, I'm excited more for Mortal Kombat 1 on the 19th of September than Raw, SmackDown, or even the pay-per-views combined. Also, happy birthday, BC. Now, get over here. Salute. Ash Stegmeister Stegels, man. I'll have to probably catch that as well. Mortal Kombat. When is that? September 19th. That, and that brings me back too, man, when I just said, like, the finishers for wrestlers, even though this is a little bit left field with a hockey stick, the wrestlers' finishers, they don't matter anymore, right? Fruit roll-ups end the match, or they hit their finisher 17 times, 16 times, they kick out of it. Mortal Kombat, could you imagine if they were doing their move and nobody ever fucking fatality'd from it? Could you imagine he's shooting the fucking lightning and shit, and you could do it all for 17 minutes and nobody's fatalitying? Finish him! You do your fucking move 18 times and he doesn't get finished. Doesn't make sense, right? In Mortal Kombat it wouldn't, so why would it in pro wrestling? Sorry, Ash Stegmeister, I actually use that as a little bit of a segue, but that's how I look at it, right? Mortal Kombat, you want to actually finish him! A finisher in pro wrestling should finish him! Anyway, it's been a long podcast, man. It's been a while since I've been able to shoot the shit with you guys like this in front of the camera in the studio, man. I haven't been able to just cut one in the fucking studio, a nice fucking podcast in a minute. A lot of you guys are saying Rumble, actually, man. A lot more than I thought. I thought a lot would just be Philadelphia WrestleMania. But a lot of you guys are saying the Rumble, man. Tony James, Sontivia, Brian, Eddie, Malachi, Deadman, James Miller, Pimp Jesus, Joseph Ramos. Yeah, good call on that, Joseph, too. James Shrimp Fajitas, Rumble is fun. Rudy says Rumble. Yeah, a lot more of you guys said Rumble than I thought, actually. Yeah, the Rumble is just fun. You put it in Orlando, too. You know you're going to get decent weather. I mean, it rains every fucking day in Florida, but if you're lucky, it's only one of those passing clouds. You give it 20 minutes, it's fucking over. You're back at the pool. Real quick, too, what I want to do, man. Can I get this up? If I can get this on the big screen. I got to give a shout out to some super thankers from the last podcast we did. I think I put that up yesterday, I want to say. So if I can get that on the big screen, I want to give a shout out. But that's the question. Can I get it on the big screen? Well, let's fucking see. Yeah, there it is. So real quick, Clutch sit. Oh no, hold on. Right, let's start from the beginning. WWE AEW Marvel fan with a 2-spot coffee breaking John Cena set to be on SmackDown September 1st. Yes, I didn't even talk about that. Thank you for the super thanks coffee in yesterday's podcast. WWE AEW Marvel fan, gold team member too. But yeah, John Cena is coming back because the TV rights fees deals, they're coming up, guys. They got big tens of millions of dollars with Saudi Arabia, India. They really are trying to put their best foot forward financially, man. And they're bringing back John Cena for those reasons. So yeah, you're going to see Cena probably even beyond the India date and SmackDown. Also, Clutch City fan. 5 Spot Coffee, yesterday's podcast, super thanks. I'm no fan of AEW, but congratulations are in hand for that record ticket sold. That being said, I can't say the same about that overpriced Dynamite card. That company's future rides on this show, I believe. Again, congratulations, AEW, but y'all better produce the best pay-per-view y'all have ever produced. I agree, most fans know that the card has been lackluster, rushed, but it is what it is now. The main event is really the crowd, right? The main event is the event itself. You throw in some surprises, you're going to get good wrestling, and there is a couple of matches that have a decent story attached to it. So we're all hoping it's going to be really good. But I agree, Clutch City fan, they need a lot of salute, man, and a lot of props because they filled over 80,000 fans. And most of that was without a match even announced. So, you know, even though it's only $10 million for 80,000 plus, and WWE did 90,000 at or $20 plus million, more than doubled it, there's reasons for that. I already outlined those reasons. So you can't expect AEW to get $20 plus million off of 80,000 fans. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. So for Tony Khan to get $10 million off of this event up front from the gate, it's badass. He deserves a lot of props. And it's so funny. You saw WWE. They tried to immediately, when all the headlines broke that they broke the record, they broke WrestleMania 32's phony record and WrestleMania 3. AEW is now the new record holder for the live gate anyway. Tickets sold, I should say. And then WWE, what did they do? They said they sent out their own press release. Over 90,000 tickets sold. New WWE records. Well, they combined it both days of WrestleMania, which equals, I guess, 92,000. I call BS on that too, by the way. But WWE could not let AEW have just fucking 1 minute of spotlight, bro. It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious, guys. Oh, man. Whenever you're thinking if WWE is petty, you look at shit like that, man. They're like, we have to get the headlines back. WrestleMania just set records. Keyshawn Martin in yesterday's podcast. Super thanks, 2 Spot. Thanks, BC, for talking about Charlotte Flair. I'm just sick of her. I don't care about her. Every time I see her, I mute the TV. If she wins another title, I might turn off the show. Keyshawn, we talked in great detail about Charlie Flair in yesterday's podcast because I felt it was a conversation that needed to be once again had. It seemed like you guys really enjoyed that conversation. Keyshawn, I'm glad I could do it, man. It's something that needs to be said so that everybody, the company, Charlie Flair, everybody can correct the wrongs. It's going to help Charlie in the business, that company, more than anything. So, Keyshawn, I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Appreciate you, bro. Oh, Ron C23. Isn't it funny? We just talked Charlie Flair and Ron C23 pops in with a 2 Spot coffee. Happy birthday to the best in the community. Ron C23. I appreciate the birthday shout out, man. Big time. Ron C23, for those that don't know, he's a Charlie Flair fan. But even he admitted in yesterday's podcast, man, we have to get her away from the title. And the reason we talked about Charlie Flair in great detail is because what Charlie Flair said to Sports Illustrated a couple of days ago. And it's not good for a lot of fans. So, Ron C23, I appreciate the birthday shout out, man. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. It's been a wild 2.5 hours almost. I appreciate you big time. It's been a minute since I've been able to do this, to be in studio and rock out in front of the camera, man. But hopefully in the near future we can do it again, of course. But birthday is in a few days. But this is most likely the last time I'm going to be able to do something like this with you guys. So that's why we're having the birthday bash today. But I would like to still produce content, whether I'm in studio or not, guys. Make sure your notifications are on. If the tube decides to send you that notification, you'll know that BC just uploaded a podcast. Even if it's audio format only, you guys will be getting content, a lot of it, heading into PayBack, which is 11 days away, and of course, All In, which is fucking Sunday. So you guys will be getting a lot of content, man, whether it's in front of camera or audio only. That's why I say it's usually multiple hours. Pop in your earbuds and just go about your business. It's meant to be listened to as an audio format anyway, because it's a podcast. So the fact that we get to do this, that's a fucking cherry on top. Appreciate you guys, man. Everybody, not just Gold Team, but my channel members, bro. I just got the updated list of my channel members, by the way. Be making sure I go through them at some point as well, seeing who's still channel membership, shining up those gold cards. But to my whole entire unit, man. JJ, Sir Charles, Santivia Major, Carlos, Ray, Flip, Deontay, Mr. Wrestle, Jasmine, Scattered, Antoine, Scattered, I appreciate that. Antoine Freeman, I appreciate that, bro. James Shrimp Fajitas was up in here, man. Keep on rocking, James Shrimp Fajitas. Pimp Jesus, Alicia, Nelly Nell, Demonte, Ty Drew, a lot of gold card members. So good to see, man. Over 250 on those ups, too. I appreciate that as we go to 300. What's going to happen now is we're going to end the live stream. I'm going to put this up as a straight podcast, and thousands of people are going to end up finding it now. So they're going to see that we rocked out live. So I appreciate that. James Miller, much love and respect. I appreciate the birthday shout-out, man. Rock it out. All right, guys, we'll be here another hour with shout-outs, and I got 2% battery left. I got to recharge that. I got a flight to catch, which I'm fucking probably late for now. Until next time, and there will be a next time, Top Guy, I'm out. BC saying check you. Salute! Happy birthday to fucking me! Yeah! Check you guys. William F., appreciate you, brother. Check you guys. Thank you. Vittorio, thank you. Renee G., salute. Salud!